Okay, in this video we're going to be going through selection tools. Now the first thing we need is an image. So I've got my folder with photos. I'll just left click, drag it up. You can see we got the little plus on there. Drop it in. And now that's loaded into GIMP. Now you notice it made our window larger, so I'm going to just shrink that back. Now of course our image is larger, but that's not an issue. Control Shift J, and now it's resized the image to fit in the window so we can work on it. Now the first tool we'll show you is the rectangular select tool. It's just left click, drag, and release, and now we've made a nice rectangular selection. And this can be used, say, if we wanted to drop a mask on it and make the outside edge white to give it a border, you can do that. Now to drop it, select None, Control Shift A. Next we go to the Ellipse Select tool. Drag that out. And release, and now we got a nice elliptical selection. We can use this for, say, vignetting a portrait or whatever you like. Now again, it's Control Shift A to drop. Now the next one here is the Free Select tool, and so I'm going to start here. Just hold down the left mouse button and then try and follow the best I can. And of course I'm trying to do this very quickly, so it's not going to be even close to perfect. And there we go. Now we've got our sky all selected, so I could delete it out if I wished. Now Control Z will undo that. Now let's drop that selection, Control Shift A. The next one is the Fuzzy Select tool. Now this is looking at colors, so let's go in here. Now just dragging the mouse, you can see how it changes the selection. So right about there is fairly good. You know, we got little issues here and there, but if we're going to be using a mask, it's really easy to fix that. Okay, the next one I want to show you, because we'll Control Shift A, drop that, is the color select. With this one, I'll just select the sky. Now we got Control gives us the subtract from this color, and this is add. So well, that's the Shift key, holding down Shift. So I'm going to click in there. There, and that is really good. It just leaves the clouds, but of course, being with color, if I select these clouds, that will also select our glacier, and it's much easier to fix this area than to try and fix that. So that is a good selection. Now let's drop that one and go to our Scissor Select tool. Now with this one, the more time you can take on it again, the better, because if we keep our clicks fairly close, it's able to follow fairly well. But if we start jumping too far, it starts making errors. Doing pretty good there, but you see it chops that off. Doesn't quite go down there. So if you can take more time, you can do a better job. that we're just trying to quickly run through here. Okay, now it's closed it. Now I just click in here, and now we've got that selection. See, it actually did a fairly good job. So again, we could delete that out, and we got most of the sky removed, and we could do something else. Okay, let's bring the sky back, and Control-Shift-A. Now, as you may notice, a lot of these tools have, if we hold the Control, they have the subtractive and additive abilities. And then, of course, with each of our tools, we have different options. So we can feather differently, etc., etc. Okay, now with this next one, the Foreground Select tool, I'm going to bring in a different image, which can kind of show that a little better. So we'll close. Don't want to save that. Let's bring in this picture here. As you can see, it's got a very strong foreground, and the background is quite nicely out of focus to make it much nicer for doing this type of extractions. So let's bring this over here again, and then Control-Shift-J. Now we want to, again, just kind of like this tool here, the Free Select. As you notice, it's the same image. It works the same way. We just hold down our left mouse button and then just draw around what we're trying to keep. And of course, the more time you can take, the much better job you can do. I'm doing a really rushed job here, so it is fairly messy. And now it's complete. Now we click in here once, and again, and there we go. Now each time you see we got the leaves here, we can just click in there. I'm just painting it in. And then it'll grab those areas and add them to our selections. The bee needs a little there. Now, if I hold the Control key, it kind of gives us that other little image that's marked background. So when I hold Control, it selects that. And that would be for kind of taking that out. You know, and here we can paint this little piece back in. So you just keep refining and refining it until you got what you want. Let's make the brush just a little smaller. And there we go. There we've got our image extracted effectively. So I hit the enter key on the keyboard, not the numeric pad, and now you can see we've got a selection around the flower. It's not perfect, but of course we didn't take the time to get it perfect. So I hope you found selections helpful, and once we get into a little further into the VTMs here, I can show you how to really use those to do a lot more interesting things, because we can start extracting things out and putting them onto different backgrounds, etc. So we'll see you next time.